682 has enough time to do that. We're talking trillions of years. Generic intro into that goes Moo here, back with another SCP video, and today we're doing my very first video by Mr. Illustrated, which is going to be SCP-682, the inevitable end of all but me, or it's the hard to destroy a reptile by the Vogan, which I have, all my SCP content that I've reacted to that's like talking about specific SCP has been by the Vogan, so this is my first time watching Mr. Illustrated. I believe he was in like some Mr. Clay or Evan Royalty videos, which is what I've been doing the past couple weeks. Last week's video was Dollhouse by Evan Royalty. I thought that one was really good. You can check out my reaction to that one. I'll leave it right up there. Also, link down below in the description. Also, in a place on my channel with all my other SCP reactions. Go into chronological order if you want to binge watch do all of those. I'm still really new on my SCP journey, and there are so many SCPs that I have not heard of, but I have a lot of people telling me that I need to check out Mr. Illustrated. He is apparently one of the good ones. Him and the Vulcan are two of the best ones. I think there's another one out there that people also say is a really good one, but I'm really excited to hear about this reptile. I've seen a number of comments saying that I need to check out SCP-682, and I have absolutely no idea what to expect other than that it's going to be a hard to destroy reptile. But shout out to patrons. None of this possible was not for them. We're also less than 2,000 subscribers away from 100,000 subscribers, which is a crazy milestone. And I do read all your comments, leave them down below. But I hope you're having a wonderful day, and let me know what the next SCP video should be, because I will look at the comment section of this video before I go watch the next one. But let's go ahead and jump into SCP-682. All right, my first Mr. Illustrated video. Wait, what? Okay, was that I guess that was a warning. Loading, please stand by. I don't know how he does his videos. I've only ever seen the Vulcan
everyone, and welcome
do
back
this.
to SCP Illustrated for the first video of 2020, and it's a 682
2020.
video. But it's not a versus video this time. This is a
Versus?
custom tale written by Dr. Sumerian and myself, though mostly Sumerian. I just pitched the idea. So in this video, we see 682 as the universe slowly begins to die all around him. It's not dying from an XK event, it's just time. After trillions and trillions of years, even the universe will begin to grow old, and 682 has a front seat for all of it. There's no content warning needed for this one, except you might feel some sympathy for 682 by the end. But apart from that, let's begin.
But it's a reptile. The end of all but me.
The following data release has been authorized by the following council members and administration staff.
Cool. Also, Mr. Illustrated was in a Evan Royalty video, I want to say. Or was that Mr. Clay? I'm not sure. It was one of the last 3 videos I've done. Which I think I did Overlord, then I did... Did I do? Is this for his own... What? What? Because of the what? Wanted death? Oh god. Huh? So that, I guess that was a little bit of context for 682.
Willing to give them credit for. They shot him, burned him, electrocuted him, and finally threw him in a box. If humans could handle fighting each other, they could certainly handle fighting him. They solved world hunger, brought about world peace, cured every disease,
other language?
Filled every need. But they grew bored with their crystalline cities they built for themselves.
So this is in the future.
The end of all things crept quietly along after them, unnoticed.
Unnoticed?
As soon as they stopped fighting, mankind was no more. He still hated them, of course, but the ease at which they went almost astonished him. Suddenly no one cared enough. Suddenly almost no children were born. A few metal tubes threw themselves violently off the planet.
Oh, people escaped?
Quite suddenly, humanity died altogether.
So basically the planet was ruined.
After the end, though, the damage they'd done to the world crashed into reality, and the world died too. Plants withered away, then anything that ate plants, and then everything else. In a few thousand years, the carrion eaters died off, and
carrion? What is that?
He was truly alone. At first, it was a welcome change. He'd learned the hard way that eternity was only really worth it when
I do like that the text on this side works better for my format.
Without any other life around, nothing really changed on a day-to-day scale. He'd wake up, look out over the dead earth, oceans, or at a nearly unchanging sky, and then go back to sleep. For endless eons he waited.
Eons?
He charted the stars by drawing in the dead earth and feel a pang of joy whenever one of them died. But they were always being replaced. Over and over, he'd see one die and another be born.
Bro, watch
But humans had
stars
done the
live
same
and
thing
die.
for a long time as well. The sun had gotten larger and larger in the sky over time.
Oh.
Then it ballooned to fill the entire daytime sky. The oceans turned to deserts and the deserts turned to molten glass. The whole surface of the earth glowed a deep orange.
What is that?
He suffered through the worst
Is that
of
a
it
red
for a
giant?
few million
I want
years,
to say.
perching on the few rocks sturdy enough to stand up to the heat. He screamed when he could, but no one was around to hear him.
What? I mean,
Then
it's
the sun
immortal.
shrank
Could it
into
walk,
a tiny white
survive
point in the
lava?
sky.
Maybe it just hurt.
Larger than the brightest stars, but only just.
And
The
white
dead Earth
dwarf.
slowly cooled, though there was no atmosphere left to breathe. He was alone with his own thoughts. And
That's
again,
scary.
He began to chart the stars. At first, it continued on as before. The charts began to cover more and more of the Earth. With nothing but time, he drew his constellations and calculations and came to a conclusion. The stars were dying too.
All of
Once
them?
they'd
Not
been
all of them.
replaced as quickly as they died, but now, maybe 2 died before another was born. Later still, 3. Then 4. The number kept climbing until there was only a few dozen stars left in the sky. The only record that the sky had once been filled with light was etched on continent-spanning star charts across the surface of the dead Earth.
Bro's
He
just
realized,
bored, so he makes a
of course,
map
that
of the
his
stars.
fate was inevitable.
I'm guessing
Even
that's
after
heat
all
death of the
stars had
universe.
gone, he would still be here. He would be the only thing left in an infinite darkness that would continue for eternity. He rested his head on the rock and gazed at a star, wondering for how much longer it would burn before fizzling out.
Wow. He outlived
Then
all
one
the
day,
stars.
A trillion years after the last star had blinked out, 682 squinted at the dark night sky. A new star had formed. This one was brighter
Is that
than
what a star
anything he'd
forming
ever
looks
seen
like?
before. It moved strangely and quickly. Eventually it darkened and disappeared.
Oh, so when he eventually go
A
into
few
the
years on, another
black
star
hole in
joined
the
it
middle of
and
the
darkened
Milky Way
again.
galaxy?
And then another. For millennia, they grew a colony above him. Larger and larger still until it hung over him, like a tantalizing treat, just out of reach. Then they began to land on his world.
Oh!
He felt the
They
rage
came back.
return. His world. His home. But they deliberately avoided his drawings. Chose the few blank spaces between the constellations and calculations to dig out the Earth. Then they placed boxes gingerly into the ground, covered them, and drew new markings. In a few months they returned, this time with another box.
Huh?
He approached their landing party this time, staying as hidden as he could. He looked, and they were humans.
But from a
He
different
listened to the
world.
ground for the vibrations of their speech, but the language was nothing he'd ever heard before. Over and over,
Well, it's been so
year
many
after
years.
year they came.
Maybe it's not the heat
And
death
year
of the
after
universe.
year, he would go and listen. Eventually, he understood their language.
Bro has so much free time.
Today he'd woken up to another shooting star again coming to his home. He made his way to the landing site and waited. The men and women followed the same pattern as always. He suspected they knew he was there, but
I
they
mean,
made
if
no
they're able
moves
to travel
against
different
him.
planets, they might know.
Maybe one day he'd kill them, destroy their ship, or take it to the stars and end them once
You
and for
don't
all.
know how to fly a
But
spaceship.
for all his petty fantasy,
Probably could find
he
out.
knew that he would be alone soon enough. Time would destroy whatever he didn't, and in the end, he'd just be bored sooner. So he let them have their ceremony.
Fair.
The box was laid into a freshly dug hole, and a man in a slightly shinier suit stood and spoke to half a dozen other figures.
Slightly shinier.
Molnos Tharash, the spawn of 2 Greldniks
Huh?
who had more grace and kindness than you. You hurt everyone with your words or hands, tools. It did not matter to you. And for this, we are sorry. Though we deserved better from you, so too did you deserve better from us. Instead, you died hungry, alone, in the between spaces. You scarcely had a bed and no quarters to call your own.
Who is he
I
talking to?
commit now your soul to the stars, the home of your ancestors. I commit now your body to the earth, the home of their ancestors.
I don't know who
I hope
Molinos
you
is.
find the peace you deserved in life, somehow. May the Starkeeper bless your passing. May the Starkeeper bless your
The
ancestors.
Starkeeper is... honestly sounds like a video game.
May the Starkeeper bless us all.
Starkeeper
The
literally
humans
sounds like a
covered
video
the
game.
hole with dirt slowly, and then shuffled into their
Oh,
ship.
it was a funeral. Okay.
SCP-682, the Starkeeper, and the last witness to a dying universe, watched them disappear into the black eternity. He walked over to the grave, pawed at the freshly dug ground, spun in place atop it, and took a nap.
On top of it. Okay. So it took a nap. It didn't die.
And that is how SCP-682 will spend the rest of his existence. Cold, alone, and unable to escape the eternal darkness that will befall the universe eventually.
That's
It's all
so
well and good being
sad.
immortal until even the universe dies of old age. So yeah, he may win every fight now, but eventually creation will have the last laugh. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to
Wow,
like and subscribe.
that
if you
is-
did. Next time will be SCP-1861. Be
18.
sure
That's
to
a
follow
that's a
all
year.
the social media outlets for video updates. Check out the
You know-
SCP Illustrated shop for posters and prints. Links are in the description below.
It's kind of cool.
And if you don't want to wait days and weeks for new material, then consider joining the Patreon for early video access, see all the sketches as they are done, Discord access, audio collaboration opportunities,
Wow.
request your own drawings, and so much more.
That's pretty
And
dope.
thank you to Tiger Shark, Vince,
Shout out to my patrons.
Dr.
It
Uyghur,
wouldn't be possible without them.
Alexander, Sanchez,
Long-term
Ithel,
members. That's cool.
Exalted Galaxy, Andy98, Jet E-Boy,
Jet
General's
E
Alert,
boy.
JT Walker, SCP-106A, Rick Trexon, and Sam B.
What?
Big thanks to Steamy, Frank, Hunter Killer,
So-
Lenhox, Captain Core, and Kibara.
682.
And huge thanks to Viger,
What is
Kamara,
that?
and Zanan. Thank you all so much for watching.
682
Happy New Year.
could probably deal
We'll
the
see
same
you
deck
all
of
soon.
cards twice,
Take care.
by the way. Or shuffle a deck of cards the same way. That video is crazy. I sent that video a video to a friend last night. Like the most unlikely thing to ever happen to you. 52 factorial is such an insane number. 682 has enough time to do that. We're talking trillions of years. Like, where did you come from? I'm guessing that this is like a dinosaur SCP. Like it was around during the dinosaurs. That's my guess, because it kind of looks like a dinosaur. And, you know, alligators, crocodiles are very similar to dinosaurs. I guess there were smaller versions of dinosaurs, but maybe that is what SCP is. SCP was, you know, an SCP that was created or existed around the dinosaurs, survived all the dinosaurs, and then just kind of, you know, they locked it in a box for forever and, like, kept it a secret or whatever. As far as they didn't put it on an island and make it a tourist attraction. I've done a lot of Jurassic Park videos in the past couple weeks, but, yeah, 682, that is brutally sad. I can't imagine being that alone forever and, like, nothing to do. But I guess you chart the stars because you have nothing else to do. And you're also in darkness, which, don't you think also 682 would eventually go blind? Or does 682 not have any... I guess it doesn't have any, like, ability to evolve. Or else it would. Or else it would also go blind as well, because you see animals that live in caves for prolonged periods of time, they eventually, like, go blind, because they don't have a need for eyesight, and stuff like that. So I'm guessing 682 doesn't have that capability, which I guess that would revolve with the fact that, like, old cells dying and new cells replacing would kind of be how that works, but I'm guessing 682 doesn't need that, because 682 doesn't apparently need anything to survive. So, I don't really know. I'm very curious about the science behind how SCP-682 could exist, and I do look forward to reading your comments. Let me know what the next SCP video should be. I'm going to look at the comment section of this video before I go and watch the next one. So stay tuned for that. I also hope you're subscribed. We're less than 2,000 away from 100,000. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. But until the next video, take care, and keep the music.
We were